And we're back with part 9. So in this part, as we mentioned in the last part, we're going to be finishing off the back garden and also making a start on the interior. But to start off with, for the back garden, we're just going to replace the small grass space that's in front of our swimming pool with our clay. That's all of our grass blocks removed. Now, as I mentioned, just filling it all in. But after you've done this, we can just place our path all the way around the swimming pool. And for this, we're again going to be using our clay, and also we're going to be making it 3 blocks wide. So to start off with then, we're just going to come to the right hand side of our swimming pool, where we're just going to clear out the first of our 3 rows. That's the first of our 3 rows removed. Now to remove the second. Next, as you might have guessed, you just need to remove the 3rd row of grass that's around the swimming pool. There you go, that's all of the 3 rows cleared out. But before we start filling it in with our clay, we're just going to come to the 2 inside rows that's next to our path. And for both of these, we're just going to extend them back by 1 more block. That's the right hand side done. Now to do the same for the left. But once you have done this, you can just fill in all of the space that we cleared out, again using our clay. And that's all of the paths placed for the back garden. So the next thing we're going to be doing is placing our tennis court. And for this, we're just going to come over to the right hand side of the building, and on the block that connects our 2 paths, we're just going to count another 6 blocks out on the left hand side of it. Then counting another 7 blocks in front, and this block here is going to mark the bottom right hand corner for our tennis court. So on the left hand side of it, you can now go ahead and extend it out another 10 blocks. Then just coming back to the first block we cleared out, and in front of it we're going to clear out another 26 blocks, so it should be 27 blocks in total. Then just doing the same in front of the bottom left hand block as well. But once you've done this, on the last 2 blocks we cleared out on either side, you can just clear out the grass blocks between them. And that marks out the outside for our tennis court. So now we just need to add the actual markings on the court. And for this, just coming back to the first block we cleared out again, where we're just going to count another 5 blocks across, and this should take you to the middle block, where you just want to come one block in front and just clearing out the grass block. Then just repeating this on the opposite side, so again finding the centre block and just clearing out the block in front. Then we're just going to place the line down the centre of the court, and for this just counting another 13 blocks out from the bottom right hand corner again. And for all of the grass blocks in front of this row, you can just clear them all out. Next, starting from the same place we have so far, we're just going to count another 5 blocks out, and on the 6th block just clearing out the row in front. Then doing the same on the opposite side, so again counting another 5 blocks out, and on the 6th block just clearing out the row in front. But after this, we're again going to be placing 2 more lines going across the court. So for this, we're again going to find the centre block, but you want to do this on the 2nd row out from the left. Then on this row, from the block in front to the net, you just want to clear out all of the grass blocks. But once you have done this, we're again going to repeat this for the opposite side. So we're just going to come to the 2nd row out from the right, and here just finding the centre block. And for this, you just want to clear out all of the grass blocks from here to the net. Next, we just need to fill in all of the space that we cleared out for the tennis court with our snow blocks. But for this, if you wanted to, you can actually fill it in with your courts. Next, for all of the grass blocks that we got left on our tennis court, you can just replace them all with your lime wool. But if you are on PC, you can actually use your green stained clay to give it a more realistic look. that's all of our grass removed. Now to just fill it all in with our lime wool. So the last thing we got to do for the tennis court is to just place our net. And for this, we're just going to start out by coming one block to the left of the centre row on our tennis court, where we're just going to place one iron bar. Then just doing the same on the right hand side. So again, one block to the right of the court. And for all of the blocks between our iron bars, you can just place your web between them. There you go, that's our tennis court done. So all we've got left to do for the back garden is to just place our trees and grass. But for our trees, we're going to be doing the same as what we did for the front. So I'm only going to be showing you how to make one of the trees, and then you can just use the same design for the rest of them. But first, we just need to mark out where all of our trees are going to be placed. And for this, we're going to be starting on the left hand side of the building, where from the right hand side of our path, we're going to come to the third block out, and on the third block, just placing a block of spruce wood. And start off with, for this row, you just want to place 4 spruce wood planks, including the one we've just placed. So for this, you just need to add another 3 blocks. And as we showed you in the image, for all of these blocks, you need to leave a 4 block space between them. After this, in front of the last block we just placed, you can add another 2 spruce wood blocks. Then you just want to come over to the right and just repeat exactly what we've just done. So again for this, counting 3 blocks away from the edge of our path, and here is going to mark the first location where you need to place your spruce wood block. Then, same as before, just placing another 3 blocks of wood, and in front of the last block, just adding another 2 more blocks. Now to just add the last 2 blocks in front. Once you've done this, we're just going to come back over to the left, and diagonal to the last block we placed on this side, we're just going to count 5 blocks out, and on the 5th block, placing 1 more block of wood. After this, directly in front of this block, we're just going to add another 2 more blocks, again leaving the same amount of space again. Once you've done this, diagonal again but on the right hand side, we're going to place another 2 more blocks. That's the first one, now just to add 1 more. And on the right hand side of this block, we're going to place another 5 more blocks of wood, and same again, leaving a 4 block space between all of them. Then just adding another block diagonal to this block. Then another block on the right hand side, and after that 2 more blocks diagonal. Then, to finish off placing the tree locations around the pool, we just need to place 1 more block on the right hand side of this, and then another diagonal to this. So all we've got left to do now is to just place them round the tennis court. So for this, we're just going to come next to the bottom right spruce wood block that we placed, and on the right hand side of it, just adding another 4 more blocks. And in front of the last block, you just need to add another 4 more again. And as you might have guessed, on the left hand side, to finish off, we should need to add another 5 more blocks. And that should mean you have a 3 block space between the last 2 blocks. There you go, that's all of our tree locations placed. So now we can actually start on placing our trees. So we're going to be starting off as we did for the front trees, by adding 1 more block of wood on top. Then all the way around this block, just placing your oak leaves, and also making sure to place the corner blocks as well. But directly on top of this, you just want to make a cross shape, again with your oak leaves. And then 1 more block on top of the centre block to finish off. So now I am going to be skipping it, as we're again going to be using the same design for all of the rest of our trees. There you go, that's all of our trees placed. So all we've got left to do to finish off the back garden is to just add our grass. So for this, we're just going to be placing our bone meal all around the garden. And for this, we are going to be starting in the bottom left hand corner and just working our way across. Now that we've done that, we can start on our interior. So all we're going to be doing this episode for this is we're just going to be placing our first floor. But before we do that, inside the building, we're just going to dot our glowstone round so you can see a bit easier. But you don't actually need to place these, I've only added them so you can see a bit easier. So now that we've added a little bit more light to the room, so you can see what we're doing a bit easier, we can start on placing our floor. So for this, we're just going to come to the front left hand side of the building, where on the left hand side of the first window out, you just want to come to the second block out, and on the bottom block, we're just going to count up another 8 blocks. And on the 9th block up, just placing 21 blocks back. Then doing exactly the same for the right hand side of the building as well. So again, just come into the second block out next to your window and just counting 8 blocks up from here. And from this block, you just want to place back with your spruce wood planks 21 blocks. And once you've done that, between the last 2 blocks we placed on either side, you just want to extend across your spruce wood planks. And after you've done this, we can go ahead and start on filling in our floor. So again, we are going to be skipping this, as we're just filling it all in with our spruce wood planks. But when you do this, you want to make sure that you miss out the space that we've marked out that's in front of our doorway. There you go, that's the last thing we're going to be doing for this part, and in the next part we can carry on with the interior.